We like swimming in Charlotte. Are you? In here or over there?
Either. I'll put you
Well, Michael, start things off. How are you feeling coming into this week and this weekend, and what are you trying to get out of this?
I mean, I think the biggest thing just right now is, I have little small steps along the way, to see where I am for trials, and after this, it's, I guess we're heading back to the lovely Colorado Springs for some more camps, and I don't want to say I'm looking forward to it, but I know that it's good for me, and I know it's something that will definitely help me in my preparation. So, swimming a couple events here, and then heading out there. I feel fine. Feel decent in the water. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Michael, you've been coming here for quite a while too. Kind of talk about what this meet kind of means to you. I guess it's kind of where you actually became.
That's why I came back.
Yeah.
This is my first meet back. Back from what? Oh. So, I've said this at every event so far. This year, like, this is the last time I'll swim, in this pool, and it's definitely played a big role in my career, and I've had a lot of great swims here. So, just sort of closing another page and another chapter, I think, is something that's very special. My mom and sister will be down here this weekend, so just being able to enjoy and live all the memories and moments that we've had here.
Have you given any second thoughts to swimming beyond London?
No.
Huh?
You think Bob can deal with me for that 4 years? My mom wants me to, as you guys heard in the 60 Minutes speech, but it's not going to happen.
How would be? It seems like you're really a team today.
Yeah, I am. It has been a very long career, and so far, Bob and I have been able to do everything we've put our mind to, and we have a couple more months to see if we can close out and finish that, it's been fun, and it's kind of crazy that everything is coming to a closure, but it's good. Yeah, it's good. There are a lot more other things that I want to do and try and conquer, and I'll be continuing to try to raise the bar in the sport of swimming outside of the pool. I just won't be competing.
Did you need to decide if it's going to be your last thing as a form of inspiration to keep you going?
No.
Is it a motivator, I guess?
I mean, the only thing that is keeping me going is the goals that I have. The reason why it took me so long to really be able to decide I was going to do something instead of just going through the motions and kind of not really, I guess, I don't want to say not trying or not caring, but I had to find the passion back inside of me and the goals that I had and things that excited me, and that's what has me still here today. There's still things that I do want to achieve and want to accomplish before I hang out my suit and cap and goggles.
How much did to stay motivated? I mean, how would you compare, Michael, the kid that was going into 04 to what you wanted to do in 08 to where you are now, motivation-wise?
I'll say it's a lot easier today than it has been over the last 3 years.
They're just like different people. I mean, one was like a machine, one was like a half man, half machine, and one is like a man.
So you enjoyed the machine?
I like the machine part particularly. The transition's been rough for me.
And Michael, knowing it's that Olympic year again, how much does that bring back memories of what you accomplished the last time?
It's kind of cool, being able to think back of the last 12 years. My first Olympics was almost 12 years ago, and everything that I've been able to accomplish personally, but also to see the sport change so much. It's been a pretty special moments through the last 12 years, and I hope the sport continues to change and become better than it is today. But I mean, I've I guess the 60 Minutes piece, I brought my medals out, and obviously bringing back a lot of memories, and I've watched a couple of the races, and just bringing, I guess, guess those emotions back, I think is something that's very special, and something that definitely does fire me up more than anything. You know, sort of being able to, you know, to have the opportunity to wear the stars and stripes, you know, and go out and represent your country. I think is something that you know, is one of the most amazing things I've ever been able to do. So, you know, hopefully I can have that opportunity over the next 80 days and be able to stand up and wear the stars and stripes again.
What will you win here? You're going to Dallas on Sunday.
Yeah, I go to Dallas on Sunday. I think it's just 2 free, 2 flies. Is that what do we decide on? I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably 2 free, 2 flies. And a couple of other events tomorrow, but I think we're just going to do 2 free. It's, you know, to get in these meets now, you have to enter so early. Like, you don't even remember what you entered. It's like I think we did it 3 months ago. So, you know, by the time you get closer to the meet, he's just going to stick to 2, do a good job in this.
So 2 free and 2
Yeah,
fly.
2 free and 2 fly.
There's a couple of meet. You said a couple of others. Maybe you do
There was a
freelance or
50
something?
back. There's a 50 back and 100 breaths that he was going to do tomorrow, like a triple kind of thing. And I think we're just going to leave those out. Just do 2 free and 50 back. I mean, you know, I was reaching.
Yeah. How has he been? How has it been for you? Do you think he's back to that focus and everything that you want to see it?
I think at times. I don't think he's there every day, which is probably the difference. But I think he can get there, and we've seen it, so that's a good thing. You know, it's just the whole thing's really different. I mean, I told somebody this yesterday that if, you know, if we look at his preparation the last 3 or 4 years in terms of did he do everything he could possibly do to be a better swimmer? Answer no. But did he do everything, a lot of different things that make him a more well-rounded person, help the sport of swimming more, grow the sport of swimming? He's done a ton of those, which he did none of before. So I think it's all a balance, and it's where he is in his life, and he's certainly done enough work to be competitive. So I'm not worried about that. Yeah.
Michael, how would you say the sport of swimming has grown in terms of its profile since the Olympics?
You know, it's. I had a group of friends that wrote a bunch of letters when I was leaving, and they were sharing some stories. And you know, from hearing stories of somebody being on an airplane during the Olympics, and you know they had live TV on, and everybody in the plane was watching the 100 fly final for Beijing, and the whole place erupted, and the pilot even went crazy. So, you know, I mean, if you think about it, 10 years ago, that would never happen. You know, but this country has just really I guess, come around our sport a lot more and supported us a lot more, and they're interested in more of what we do. And I think that's, you know, one of the reasons that it makes it more fun for us to go out there. You know, we have the support of our whole country, and there are more people cheering, and the sport is growing so much, and you know, being able to have the opportunity to, you know, whether it's be on the cover of you know, a Time magazine, or you know, be, you know, the front story of major newspapers all over the country. I had a friend who said, I guess it was right after the 60 Minutes piece, that my name was like top 5 most searched name on Google or something, and there was like trends on Google that night. So it's just like that just wouldn't happen. So you know, I think that's one of the cool things that you see more people involved and interested in what we're doing every day, and like I said, it does make it a lot more fun for us to go out there and have the support and have the cheering that we have those days.
Does it still feel like, though, I mean, as you say that, and obviously you've had such a national profile, but you can still come to an event like this, and you know, it still feels very blue